first of all, your feelings about your tenure. It's been a lot in 3 years. What are your feelings about your tenure and your accomplishments?
Peter, I feel really like I've been able to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve. So if you recall, when I was sworn in as chief, I rattled off quite a few goals that I was hoping, right, with everyone's help, that I would be able to achieve. And I thought it was important to say them out loud so we can really work towards them. And thankfully, we've been able to do that. And I'm really excited about that element with the hard work of the men and women of this police department and the help of the public, really. Number one being gun violence, driving down the crime rate. And we've brought that down at historic lows, and it's been really quite satisfying.
Why leave now, Chief, after doing a good job?
I've had on my mind a timeline. I thought it was important for me to have, a finish line, so to speak. And I thought that was important because I wanted to come to work every day with a sense of urgency of, I need to achieve these goals because the time is ticking. That was important. And so last January, I met with the mayor, and I told him, Mr. Mayor, I can give you one more year. I can give you another year. And then the plan was that we would meet again and discuss it further. But honestly, like I said, I feel actualized. I feel like I've done my job. And I think it's time now to give someone else an opportunity.
George Floyd, you've dealt with the aftermath of that. You were one of the first chiefs to say you had problems with the actions of the Minneapolis police officers. That was something that jumped off the page at you in terms of what to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's still incidents that are occurring and many things that are happening. And then, I thought it was important to speak up and do it quickly and be honest about it and sincere. And, times have changed, Peter, and I think it's so important. In this profession, we've always had this hesitation to speak about what's happened in other departments, especially if it's not something positive. Kind of like as a way to respect that. Honestly, we got to turn that the other way around. We got to look at what's occurred, scrutinize it, talk about it out loud so we can all do better.
You've gone through a lot of the coronavirus firsthand. You're one of the first to come on camera and say you had it. You've had to deal with that in the pandemic. What has that been like?
It's been like this whole year, it's been a blur, honestly. Not just for me, I've lived it with everyone. The city of Miami, I get a lot of support and inquiries from the public. How are you feeling, Chief? How are your officers? Those kind of things. And so it really has been kind of a blur the entire year, but I'm grateful for the support and really the love that I've gotten from the public, Peter.
Significant number of blacks promoted in your management team. You proud of that?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that I really wanted to do when I started was to have a legitimately diverse staff, which, by the way, would include a lot of women. Because that was one of the things that in this profession, quite frankly, we hadn't seen. And it was something that I really wanted to change. I wanted to have a lot of staff members, a lot of people in the street that can say, wow, that is legitimately a diverse staff. And so I take a lot of pride in that.
Last question, where to from here, Chief?
We'll see. We'll see, Peter. I want to take a little bit of time off, obviously. There's some projects that I'm mulling over. I haven't decided on any which one yet, and we'll just see what lies ahead.